Hello, I am Flash Isaac. This is Flashlearners. You are now watching 120 Days to Jamb. This is a series containing 120 videos to prepare you for Jamb. Each episode of the series contains introduction, outline, detailed class, questions, and homework for you. The questions and homework are from the Flashlearners Jamb application. Install Flashlearners Jamb app today to access all the free features. Click activate and scroll to buy activation key to get access to the golden features. Don't be scared, the app is affordable. Do you have trust issues? Simply chat me directly on Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and Telegram for installation and activation instruction. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to take off. This is episode 2 of the 120 Days to Jamb comments with Flash Isaac. Remember, the series is following the Jamb syllabus. After all, the aim is for you to score very high in Jamb comments. Now take a look at the questions we have before us today. The first one says, comments brings about all except A. International cooperation, B. Improve in the standard of living, C. Infrastructural development, D. Inflation. The next question says, the most important function of commerce is A. Helping people to improve their profits, C. Facilitating exchange among individuals and firms, C. Assisting trade through banking and insurance, D. Enhancing business relationships. And this is commerce brings about all except one. A. International cooperation, B. Improvement in the standard of living, C. Monotony of work, and D. Infrastructural development. And this is the central focus of commerce is dash A. Exchange, B. Products, C. Goods, and D. Tourism. And the last question says, one of the major benefits of commerce to government is dash A. Improve the standard of living, B. Generate revenue for growth and development, C. Encourage cooperation among public organizations, and D. Encourage the development of sociocultural values to the government. What are all these testing us on? They are testing us on the functions of commerce. Now remember, commerce has to do with buying and selling of goods and services and all those activities that help to facilitate buying, selling, and exchange. The major focus of commerce is exchange. That is what commerce is concerned about, exchange of goods and services. Now looking at the functions of commerce, the first function I have here is that it improves standard of living. If there is efficient buying and selling of goods, exchange of goods, services being rendered efficiently, the standard of living of the people will increase. You are able to live well, you are able to buy food to eat, you are able to meet your basic needs. Not a situation where you can't even afford water. So your standard of living increase. So commerce, one of the functions of commerce is improvement in the standard of living, the creation of wealth for nations. If nation A produces S, nation B produces Y, as nation A exports S to Y, nation A gets money in return. And the more money nation A is getting from exchanging goods with country W, Y, A, and other countries, the more rich country A will be. So commerce creates wealth for nations. It leads to unity among nations through trade interaction. For me to be able to exchange with your country, we need to live in unity. So because I want your product, I won't want problem with you. So commerce facilitates unity among nations. It helps in the creation of employment opportunities. Of course, creation or exchange of goods and services, there are people doing the exchange, exporting, those who are being paid for services. So yes, it creates employment opportunity. Commerce leads to warehousing function. To exchange goods, the goods must be in good condition. If the goods are not in good condition, you cannot exchange the goods. Therefore, you need to make sure you store the goods properly so that they can exchange and so that they don't get spoiled. The process of storing goods in a safe place for exchange, for export, for import is referred to as warehousing. So commerce leads to improvement in warehousing function. Then it helps producers to market their products, of course. Then creation of public awareness through advert. Because of commerce, you can create awareness through advert so that when people show interest, you exchange goods, you send your services, then you get cash in exchange or whatever it is. But commerce leads to the development of all the aids to trade entirely. Transportation improve commerce, commerce improves transportation. Tourism, banking and finance, communication, warehousing, and so on. Other aids to trade. Commerce helps to improve them. And it leads to mass production of goods and services through warehousing. The creation of it fosters friendliness among nations, and it leads to exchange of goods and services. So these are the top functions of commerce. Now that we've seen these functions or importance of commerce, can we now answer the questions we've looked at? Let's take a look at them. This is one of the major benefits of commerce to the government is it actually generates revenue for growth and development. To government, yes, that is one of the major benefits of commerce to government. And the most important function of commerce is facilitating exchange among individuals and firms. Exchange is the focus of commerce. So the most important function of commerce is to facilitate exchange among individuals and firms. Commerce brings about all except commerce brings about international cooperation, improvement in standard of living, infrastructural development. All these are functions and advantages of commerce. It does not bring about monotony of work. In fact, commerce leads to specialization and diversification. Commerce brings about all except inflation. Commerce doesn't bring about inflation. It brings about international cooperation, infrastructural development, and improvement in the standard of living. So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of this episode. For your assignment, open the Flashlearners Jamb app, click on question search, and search commerce and function of commerce. Answer the questions that follow. The ones you cannot, reach me on my social handles or wait for me to answer them. There shall be no stone left untouched. That is it. Thank you. See you in the next episode.